All right. Greetings, you guys. This is my first live. I hope it sounds okay. So, I wanted to chit chat a little bit about how we all have baggage, right? Now, I don't know how this is sounding again, you guys. I'll have to check it afterwards because I'm actually in my car and just pulled to the side. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So, we all have baggage, right? But in this conversation was inspired by a comment that I had on one of my TikToks. Um, invitation to go live together. Oh, sorry, it threw me off there. Um, okay, yeah. So as I was saying, hold on. There it goes. Sorry, guys. All right. So as I was saying, it was inspired by a TikTok comment that I saw, which I love all my comments. I love all the feedback. I love the diversity and everything like that. Give me one second here. We'll do- Okay. Oh, I gotta get used to this. I hear too much feedback. Okay. Anyway, so as I was saying, we do all have baggage, you guys, but there is a difference between individuals that are awakening to what their baggage is, trying to work through those inner things, healing, integrating, and applying it in terms of treating people properly. We all got issues. I don't think there's one individual on the planet that could sit back and honestly say that every area of their lives is together. More often than not, it's usually okay, well, this is kind of the way I want it to be. Okay, but then in the finances. Okay, well, the finance is good. Okay, but then in this, right? Everybody's got a past, everybody's got a story, everybody's got strong characteristic traits and vulnerable traits. So when you guys see me do videos and tarot readings and things of that nature discussing um revealing things about people, it's not a comparison. It's not to say that they're good or bad or less than or greater than the other. I'm usually pointing out people's free will choice to mistreat people because nobody is perfect. Even the people that I read for, they may have been the victim of somebody's poor behavior, yes, but they're not perfect either. But the things that I'm pointing out is that no one really escapes this. It's all about our intentions, our motivations, and how we go about things. So let me give you guys an example. I personally don't believe that nobody should have to just be with anybody. That's an old, outdated belief system, in my opinion. Okay. However, I do believe that karma steps in, which is simply law of cause and effect. When we're disregarding the emotions of another person. When we're being insensitive, greedy, downright deceptive, and in some cases abusive for our own gain. Okay. So when that is happening, we're creating karma for ourselves, no matter what. If it wasn't dealt with properly, The law of cause and effect is as such. What you put out, you will eventually get it back. So, example, since I'm referring to like the tarot readings and things like that I do. So, if an individual was dating you, but straight out lying to you, okay, while they were entertaining others and doing things behind your back, juggling you, right? And then gaslighting you, trying to make you feel like it's your fault, when in essence, it was them being unsure and unclear about who they were and what they wanted. And because of that, they made a conscious choice to decide to be deceptive. They may have had their reasons. Well, I'm going to do this because just in case this don't work out. So these are the issues and dynamics that people are seeing play out when they feel like somebody is not quite right. They're going back and forth, hot and cold, up and down. But instead of being a man or a woman about themselves and how they're doing things and having human compassion for the people that are involved, they decide to lie. Now, here's the even more interesting part about this. There are some individuals that are so delusional. They convince themselves that in their false sense of supremacy, that the individual that they're doing wrong somehow deserve them for them to do them wrong. Whether it be they feel like, well, they're not good enough for me. They're not doing enough for me. They're not giving me enough. I think I could do better. They're beneath me, right? They may not be consciously saying this, but it is their belief and what they're vibrating because they have to find a reason to convince themselves of why it is okay to lie, deceive, play games, or mind fuck a person. Now, chances are both people in that dynamic, they all have some kind of issues. Hence, why were they together? Probably some inner child wound issues that cause them to attract one another. But it doesn't give either of them the, what do you want to say? The right, I guess, the right to just decide, well, I'm going to choose to treat you poorly because I feel like I don't really want you or you're my second choice. Okay. And this is a totally random um, chit chat here, but I'm only bringing it up because it's something that I saw today in my comment. And I just had a subtle feeling about it. I'm like, I think some people don't really get it. And just for the record, if we want to keep it 100 with each other, none of us are really and truly putting our full lives on blast in social media. And we can see this by people who don't even have a profile picture, okay? Um, or their real names. You feel me? So to some extent, we all have a level of mystery or things that we're not revealing or showing the whole world. At the end of the day, the bottom line thing is this: karma, the law of the universe. No matter what our personal opinions are about individuals, okay, whether we feel like they're broken, whether we feel like they need help, whether we feel like we could do better, whether we feel like they're beneath us, first of all, that's an indication that we're not in the right alignment. But no matter what, the law of the universe and the law of karma is still going to find you when we are choosing to conduct and mistreat people that either we don't like, we don't understand, or we don't want. These are human beings, divine souls, just like you, just like me, just like whoever feels they're superior. And they deserve the same dignity, honor, regard, respect, and treatment that you would want. And I think that's a major lesson most of us are going to have to swallow. It's not about our personal opinions. It's about they're human, and we all deserve to be treated with honor. And what would that look like as an example? It's so simple. It's so simple. And I get that the reason why people can't conduct that way is because they're broken. That's the funny part. But I'm going to give you guys an example and then I'm going to go because I didn't really plan on doing this, but I just thought I would come on real quick. Let's say you started dating somebody right after a major breakup, someone that you were super in love with, someone maybe that you have a toxic dynamic with, but nonetheless, you have a history with, you're in love with, and you guys broke up. And then you start dating what I call the fallback guy or the fallback girl. If you want to stop karma from riding your ass, the best thing that you can do, first of all, is do everything you can to treat that person with respect and honor. And with all the strength that you can muster up, try to be as honest with them as you can. In other words, tell them you just got out of a relationship. Tell them you're still in love with someone else. Tell them when you realize you're just not that into them. If we decide to exploit people for our own gain, we will reap this. Whether it be, I was bored, I was lonely, I felt bruised, I needed somebody to stroke my ego. Okay. If you were deceptive and play with someone's emotions for your gain, the law of attraction, the law of the universe, cause and effect, at some point, you're going to get that same energy right back. And it's going to be when you least expect it and where it hurts the most. Because it's about whatever you gave out. and how it affected people. And if you had no regard for them, then people are going to turn around and end up having no regard for you. So this is why it doesn't pay for us to play with that. Guy or girl, I'm not bending this one way or the other because this applies to anybody. Understand that you have a free will, but you equally have a free will to realize that whatever you're putting out there, you're going to get it back. I tell people this all the time that come to me and ask me these questions and things like that. To me, it comes down to the simplistic basics. Treat people right. Consider yourself. Do you want to be lied to? Do you want to be deceived? Do you want to be used for your body? Do you want to be used for your money? Do you want to be second best to somebody? Do you want to be strung along? Do you want to be abused, gaslit, mind fucked? Okay? If your answers to any of that stuff is no, then it's an easy resolve. And also, people, I get the times that we're in, but let me tell you something. If they're talking about you or talking about another person to you, best believe they're talking about you to another person. Yeah. And if people are telling you, just hear me out. Oh, I'm just, trying to date her and use her or him, see what kind of resources I can get. Don't believe for 1 second they're not saying that same thing to someone else about you. We got to catch a clue. And then even go deeper than that. Why are we okay with something like that? For $50? That's an indication right there. Something's wrong within yourself. People are human beings. They're not objects. They're not property. Okay? And I'm saying this with love and light, but truth, no doubt. We all can swallow this because we all justify and make excuses for things. I'm going to give you guys a personal example. Okay. Once upon a time, not long ago, I'll just play. Um, I'm human like everybody else. And I don't escape the law of the universe. Nobody does. So I was in a hard and dark place in my life at some point, and I met many individuals in those seasons, but it was a person, I kind of hung out with them. It was cash. I wasn't really into them, and I knew I wasn't really into them, right? I was bored. Like I'm giving you guys this example. I was bored, but what I do like about what I did, I'll tell you guys what I like about what I did and what I don't like about what I did, and then how karma played out. Okay. So with this person that I'm referring to, I knew I wasn't that into them. I was bored and yada yada. Okay. What I like about what I did was that I was honest with this person and told them that I didn't want to date them, that, I didn't feel the same way they did. I really did. I told them that. So I liked that part, right? But now, see, here's where it still got dicey. I communicated this to them, but, I knew how they felt for me. I knew they were like all in love. And so I kept hanging out with them, flirting with them, I'm saying? All kinds of stuff. So it was kind of like mixed signal. Like I'm telling them, okay, yeah, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. I don't want to date, yada, yada. But I kept hanging out with them and being all flirty and cutesy and sexy, right? So some time went by, a short period, and then I started wanting to have that attention and adoration of the person. I wasn't malicious with them. I wasn't abusive to them or anything like that. But I started getting used to it, right? So then when I would show up at random, because I had it like that with this situation, this person, I just had this expectation, right? But one day something changed that showed me, first of all, karma. Okay. Like I should have had some healthy boundaries with this person and not had any expectation. I wasn't his girlfriend. I said I wasn't interested that way. But because I played in that arena, I had to face that. That's what I mean, you guys. Okay. Um, so we all get it. I passed the test in the sense that I was very honest from the jump with that person, but I gave them mixed signals. And then it started expecting and got used to them pining over me. But karma came. So any of you that's on this real introspective journey and you understand karma and you're trying to be the best version of yourself and grow and change, I highly recommend that you take time to do some self reflection on your relationships, not them, your conduct, your own conduct, not so much about, oh, them and where they're at. Like, what was your conduct? Why did you choose that relationship? Did you treat that person fairly? No matter if you were into them or not, how did you treat them? Because, see, they're going to get the karma regarding how they treated you. They are. But how did you treat them? Did you treat them like shit because you thought they were not shit? Did you string them along? Did you lie? Did you gossip? Did you backbite? Yeah, this is grown up stuff right here. Because oftentimes people can dish out all this stuff, but when it flips, everybody acting all surprised, but totally forgot that they gave out that exact same energy towards a whole another person. They forgot that they were trying to seduce somebody away from being with this person. Like, though nobody could really do that, it's still an energy. And then they wonder why 6 months later, a year later, that same scenario plays out. Somebody else seduced the person from them. It's the law of the universe. The best thing, you guys, that we can do is just be real. And when I'm saying real, I mean, first of all, be true to yourself. Know who you are. And then be honest with people about what you want, what you don't want. There used to be this saying, you ain't got to lie to kick it. Back in the day, you got to be a little older to know about that. Because there's too many people on the planet. If you want cash, there's plenty of people for you that you don't have to mind fuck and play games with. And it keeps your karma low in terms of the bad karma because you're not going about trying to manipulate people into having sex with you or trying to get 50 cents or a ride to the Dollar General. Okay? Worse yet, when we don't clean up our mess, that karma is going to ride our tail into our grave. That's just the way it is. It's according to your higher self. If there's something to be made right, your higher self is going to nudge you and nudge you and nudge you. But you have a free will to follow or not. But people don't make the connection. They don't connect the dots that due to their own resistance, pride, ego, egotism, stubbornness, that they're not going to have peace within. And then they're going to keep recreating certain scenarios. No matter how many people they shuffle, that's just going to be the way it go down. Because something has to be alchemized. Okay? All right, you guys. I'll probably come on later and do a live, but it'll be an actual tarot reading. Okay? I'll see how I'm guided. Um, But for those of you who joined, thank you so much for coming in and listening to the chit chat with Bloomy here. And thank you all who have followed and liked and commented on the uploads. I appreciate you guys. And I'm always sending you guys positive, loving light energy constantly. And Reiki, as a Reiki master, constantly. Okay? You guys deserve your love, your bliss, your happiness, your second chances in life, whatever it is. Go for it. But do all you got, all you can to go for it in the most loving way possible, considering yourself. All right? Love and light, you guys. Namaste.